My name is Frank Forgio, and I'm the judge at the New Haven Regional Children's Probate Court, and I have the honor and the privilege of saying hello to everyone tonight and greeting you all and thanking you for your support. I would also especially like to thank our guardians in the crowd tonight who have taken the extraordinary steps of taking in relatives and loved ones to care for them in their most difficult times. So this dinner is about them and us providing support to them. So if we can give those people a round of applause.
It's a pleasure to be here. This is always a fun event. It's always fun to see the people that are most important. They were hung tough with this situation. Tony Harp, who has had endless support for the rights of children. Karen Fuller-Shane, who is, of course, the head of the Children's Court in New Haven. Mary Williams, who you will hear more about later, who is probably the wonder child of raising the children who had no one else. Judge Michael Brandt, it's a pleasure to see here. My good friend Marty Loney, who nurtured and extended this program above and beyond the original creation of it, and is the walking rule of no good deed goes unpunished. And I'm so happy to see him here tonight. My phone here this evening, what time of day is poignant because I recently appeared before at the Children's Court for the first time, and I had some background in the juvenile court before, but it was usually in the criminal type atmosphere, and I hadn't ever gotten involved in a neglect and abuse situation. When I had a concerned grandmother call me a couple of weeks ago, I naturally went to my chief resource, Jack Keys, who sent me over to the Children's Probate Court, where I was referred to Tara Courtmanch, who is probably the biggest wealth of information in the New Haven and Children's Probate Court situation. And I eventually was able to do what was supposed to be done, and got very quick action out of the Orange Probate Court and got a quick hearing at the New Haven Children's Court. And while I was at the New Haven Children's Probate Court, within like 5 days, I had the involvement of people who just boggle my mind. I was representing a grandmother. My good friend, Mr. Cartia, Attorney Cartia, was representing the child. My good friend, Wendy Mangillo, was representing the mother. Judge Carangelo, who I don't believe I'd ever seen on the bench before, was sitting in deference to the case. Tara Courtmanch, who I've known for many years, was the clerk of the court. And as I sat in that court, I thought, good things are going to happen today. Something good is going to happen today. Some child's interests are going to be served today. And the proceedings went on, and at one point I looked up and my heart dropped down to my stomach because I was looking into the Kinship Fund, his name. I'd been there when his portrait was unveiled at the probate court, but I hadn't seen it, and it took me back, and the smile seemed to go on, and I thought, you know, he's going to be happy about this. You know, here's a judge doing his job. Here's advocates for all sides doing their job. And here are people who are acting in the best interest of children. And following that hearing and in anticipation of tonight's proceedings, I thought to myself, you know, the Kinship Fund got extended by our good friend Judge Lawler to include guardians, and I thought, well, you know, How do we do that? I mean, you know, hey, do we take it beyond the grandparents? So today I went out and I looked, and Webster's 4th edition of the World Dictionary says, kinship says, a family relationship, a relationship or a close connection. And as I sat in that courtroom that day, I thought all of the people involved in the proceedings had a close connection. This was a court that was created for the best. And in walking away from there and coming here this evening, I thought to myself, what better ideal for Tom Keyes that we would be here because we are all closely connected, and I thank everybody for being here. The first presenter for tonight is our good friend who has been relentless in her advocacy for children's rights, Senator Tony Hart.
Good evening, everybody. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here this evening. And I want to just take a moment. I know I'm going to be presenting an award, but I want to take a moment to thank all of you. Many of you helped me recently in my campaign, and I just want to publicly thank you for helping me actually qualify for public financing. And if it weren't for you grandparents and relative caregivers and lawyers and everyone, I don't know if I'd been able to do that, but thank you very much. You know, about a year and a half ago, I was sort of, minding my business up at the state legislature. And in my office, I happened to walk outside, and who do I see but Judge Keyes, Emma Jones, and Marty Dunleavy. And I thought, that's trouble. And they said, come on, Tony, sit down. I really got to tell you about this great idea that I have. And I said, okay, all right, tell me about the idea. They said, well, you know about the grandparents. I said, I absolutely do. They do a great job. And they said, you know about the relative caregivers? I said, yes, I know about them as well, and they do a fabulous job. And he says, well, guess what? We have guardians that we have worked with for years, and we know that they are good people. And we know that we could actually provide good homes for children when there aren't really relatives, because we know these people. We know that they are good people. Just one thing, we just need a little bit of money. So if you can find that money for us, then we can help you, or help the Department of Children's Services find good parents, because we know who they are. And I trust Jack and Emma and Marty, because in all honesty, every time they've come to me and said, we can do this, and we can do it well, they have done it, and done it well. So they came up with this new program, the guardianship program that I know all of you have heard about. And the first award goes to a gentleman who is not a relative, who is a single person, who out of the kindness of his heart, out of his dedication to young people, took on a young child and basically helped assure that that child would not get lost in our foster care system. This person is a humanitarian. This person knows how to look beyond himself, his family, to the needs and into the hearts of others. I want you to welcome today William Moore, and let's let him know how much we appreciate his humanitarianism. Mr. Moore, would you please come forward? Let's give him another hand. In the tradition that I grew up in the Christian tradition of the Baptist Church. There's a sign that says, if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can help somebody with a word or a song, then my living shall not be in vain. And Mr. Moore, you have helped, and I want to thank you, and we are a witness that your life is meaningful. This award says, Humanitarian Award presented to William Moore for saving our future one child at a time. Thanks for giving light and hope to our world. Probate Court Kinship Fund, October 16th, 2008. Congratulations. And thank you.
I just want to say that I appreciate the support that I get from my son-in-law, my daughter, my other grandkids that I work on. And I appreciate everybody for helping me to help somebody else. Thank you.
The next award is going to be presented by a person who is the big boss, Karen Foley-Shane, who has been running the Children's Trust Fund for a number of years and has managed, as Jack and Emma have, to revitalize it on a yearly basis and to expand it with the help of people like Jim Lawler and Tony Hart. Karen.
Thank you, Michael. Well, it is a pleasure to be here. I have had the honor and privilege of attending every one of these dinners and was just sharing with some people at my table that before we had big dinners, there were smaller events where people came together to celebrate the work of the grandparents and to celebrate the children. And it is just such a privilege to be with this group, and I look forward to coming back every year. And every year I have to stretch a little more to see, the numbers of people and everybody who's here. And so I applaud you because you're here because you're giving. You're either giving to help us make more grants to children and grandparents, or you're here because you're a grandparent or a guardian and you're giving to the children, or you're a child. And just by being a child, you're giving to all of us. And we appreciate watching you grow and are so grateful to those of you who care for the children. The Children's Trust Fund has had the privilege to be involved with this program since its inception. We've been the conduit for the funds to this court and the others. And as I've mentioned, it's just been a privilege to be a part of this. I have the honor tonight to recognize two young people. And what I'd like to do is just ask them to come up so that you can see them, and then I'd like to tell you a little bit about them and give them their awards. The first young person is Nehia Maya Cortez. And the second person is Niall Cortez. I had the honor of meeting these two young men just a little while ago, and I have to tell you that they are very special, each in their own unique way. Nehemiah, this one, has gotten straight A's for the last 2 years. Like me, you were all jealous because I never got straight A's for 2 years. It is a tremendous accomplishment, and we know that Nehemiah has had some other obstacles to overcome during that time, and to do that and to come through it with straight A's is an academic success. And we have an award for him, and it says Academic Achievement Award to Nehemiah Cortez for excellent scholastic work and creativity. Probate Court Kinship on October 16, 2000. But it turns out that Nehemiah also has a gift that he would like to give. You may have. And he's going to have to go get it. This is a gift that he made, and it's something that he has made for Judge Keyes, who maybe could come up and be ready to receive this gift, and for Emma Jones, who could also come forward to receive this gift. And this is something that they would like to have hung on the probate court wall. And okay, I'm going to try to read it and talk in the microphone at the same time. It's wonderful. It says, "Have faith in the Lord. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life. God did not send his Son into the world to condemn, but to serve you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do. He will direct your path." Thank you, Nehemiah. And our second award goes to Niall Cortez, who also has achieved excellence in this world. And his excellence has been in terms of playing football this year. He has also had an awful lot on his shoulders and taken care of his family, but has found the time and the ability to shift that around and get out on the football field, and has been distinguished for that effort. And so with that, we're presenting him an award both for football, but also for his caring and sharing. Model Citizen Award presented to Niall Cortez for caring and sharing.
First of all, I would like to thank my grandmother for always believing in me. My mom too. All my family's over there. They always, they always have my back in anything, in every situation. I love them to death, all of them. Well, I get my inspiration from my cousin, Devon Suarez over there, and a wonderful young man. I'd like to thank you for giving me this award, and everybody here clapping for me. I really appreciate it. And Barack Obama.
I'd just like to say to these two young person that we really love them very much, and we didn't construct those speeches. In fact, we didn't know that they were going to speak, and he made a request, may I say something? And I think that's wonderful. Can you just rise and give these two young people a round of applause? Thank you so much, and I will not detain you at all, and I will not interfere with the process of the program, but I do need to take this opportunity to say, after these two young persons, that this is the very reason for the kinship program, for the respite program, for the new probate court service center. It's because of people like this, and we obviously can't come forward with all of the wonderful people who are a part of this program, but we brought forth to you an example of the kind of people, the kind of work, the importance of the kind of work that we're doing at the Probate Court Service Center. And I just want to thank all of the people here who have shared in the whole process of helping people to affect the lives of others.